Hello everyone, this is Yana and you're watching Unique Juice Design channel. In today's tutorial, I will show you how to make this beautiful yellow jade wire wrap pendant. For this tutorial you will need 20 gauge wire which is 0.8 mm, 26 gauge wire which is 0.4 mm, round flat stone bead, mine is yellow jade 18 mm. You can use any similar bead, just make sure that it is drilled. And finally you will need some matching loose beads, mine are crystal 3 mm beads. The pliers I am using are nylon tip pliers, cutting pliers and bent chain nose pliers. If you are interested in these pliers, I will leave a link below in the description where you can buy them from. So let's get started. From the 20th gauge wire, cut 3 wires, each one 25 cm long, and cut 1 wire 15 cm long. Straighten the wire. To achieve a beautiful wire weaving pattern, your wire should be straightened. Take the first wire and now place the weaving wire next to the base wire. Leave a short tail to hold both wires well. Make few loops with the weaving wire around the base wire. Take the second wire and place it next to the first base wire. Hold it well with your fingers and wrap the weaving wire twice around both base wires. Take the third base wire and place it next to the other wires. With the weaving wire, make 2 wraps around the second and the third wire. Wrap twice around the 2 bottom wires. This wire weaving pattern is beautiful and very easy. Let's make it one more time. Wrap twice around the 2 top base wires and wrap twice around the 2 bottom base wires. If you have watched my wire weaving tutorials, you already know how to make that pattern. So let's continue by repeating that over and over again. I will go faster and show you the final result. Look at that beautiful wire weaving pattern. It's about 10 centimeters long. Let's finish it by making few loops with the weaving wire on the first base wire. On the other side of the pattern, cut the small tail of the weaving wire and snug it with the pliers. Bend the weave with your hands. Separate the wires. Take the 15 cm base wire and slide it through the bead. Leave a short tail to attach the wire on the weave and wrap twice. Bend the end to secure the wire. From the short base wire and the 2 middle wires from the weave, we will make a bail. Take the weaving wire and make few loops around the first wire to secure it. Before making the bail, on the short base wire, place 5 matching beads. Now we are ready to start making our bail. With the weaving wire, make 2 loops around the middle wire and 2 loops around the third base wire, just to secure it. Look at that pendant! We are going to make exactly the same bail. Make 2 loops on the first base wire. Pass the weaving wire over the middle wire and then under the bottom wire and coil twice. Pass the weaving wire beneath the middle wire and then over the top base wire and coil twice. Go over the middle wire and then under the bottom wire and wrap twice. Basically, that's the weaving pattern we are creating for our bail. Let's make it one more time. 2 coils on the top base wire, go over the middle wire and then under the bottom wire and wrap twice. Then under the middle wire and over the top base wire and wrap twice. Now that you've learned how to make this wire weaving pattern, I will go faster so this video won't last forever. When you are weaving, make sure to have the same distance between the top and the middle wire and the bottom and the middle wire. We have almost half of our bail ready. It should be around 3 cm long, so go on and continue weaving. Now that we have our bail ready, let's bend it. Take one of the external wires and wrap it around the bail. Do the same with the other external wire to secure the bail. Trim the excess wire and snag it inside the bail. As the other wire is longer, let's use it to make another wrap around the bail. Only this time let's make it more interesting by coiling the weaving wire around it. Trim the excess wire and snag it inside the bail. With the rest of the wires, we are going to create beautiful patterns. When you are making wire weaving pattern, don't forget to straighten the wire. Trim the weaving wire. Take the weaving wire and coil a few times on the bottom base wire to secure it. Hold the two base wires well and with the weaving wire make 2 loops around the top base wire. Then 2 loops around the bottom base wire, 2 loops around the top base wire and 2 loops around the bottom base wire. Repeat that 5 times. When you are weaving, slightly separate the 2 base wires. We are making a similar wire weaving pattern to the one in the second part of my wire weaving tutorial. Place a small bead on the weaving wire and continue your pattern. 2 loops on the top base wire, 2 loops on the bottom base wire. Repeat that 4 times. Place another bead on the weaving wire and continue the pattern. 2 wraps on the top base wire and 2 wraps on the bottom base wire. Only this time repeat it 3 times. That weave should be enough to cover the bottom side of the bail. From here I encourage you to go on and be creative. Or if you prefer, you can follow my steps and make exactly the same design. When I start creating a jewelry, I never know how it will end up. Every little detail comes to me in the process of making it. Cut the short tail we left on the weaving wire in the beginning of the pattern. Hold the wires from the weave and pass them through the pendant. We are going to wrap them around the frame weave to create an interesting design. Let's make it more beautiful by coiling with the weaving wire around one of the base wires. Basically, your wraps should look like that. 1 coiled wire and 1 naked wire. 1 coiled wire and 1 naked wire. naked wire, and from the end of the coiled wire make a small loop with the pliers and secure it with weaving wire. Let's make another wire weaving pattern. Take the weaving wire, leave a short tail and make few loops around the bottom base wire. Hold well and with the weaving wire wrap 3 times around the 2 base wires. Adjust the wire and make 7 single coils on the bottom wire. Place the 2 wires next to each other and wrap 3 times with the weaving wire. And again, make 7 single coils on the bottom base wire. Let's repeat that one more time. 3 loops around the 2 base wires and 7 loops around the bottom base wire. Let's make our weave more interesting by changing the pattern. Make 2 loops around the 2 base wires and 7 loops on the bottom base wire. Repeat that 3 times. Take a closer look. We started the pattern by making 3 loops on the 2 base wires and 7 loops on the bottom base wire. And we repeated that 3 times. Then we changed the pattern by making 2 loops around the 2 base wires and 7 loops on the bottom base wire. And we also repeated that 3 times. Let's change it one more time. This time, wrap only once around the 2 base wires and 7 times on the bottom base wire. Repeat that 3 times. Your weave should look like that. Let's continue our pattern by wrapping 2 times on the 2 base wires and 7 times on the bottom base wire. Repeat that 3 times. Then wrap 3 times around the 2 base wires and 7 times on the bottom base wire. And repeat that 3 times. Finally, we have our pattern ready. Before we use it to make a beautiful design on the pendant, don't forget to trim the tail on the weaving wire in the beginning of the weave. Hold the weave and make a curl. Pass the weave through the pendant and wrap around the middle base wire. This way you create a lovely design and at the same time you secure it. And again pass it through the pendant over the frame wire and wrap around twice. With the pliers, make a small loop at the end of the wire and snag it. Secure it with weaving wire. Hold the last base wire and pass it through the curl. Place a small bead on the wire. Curl the wire around the bead and pass it through the pendant. Snag the end of the wire with the pliers so it won't scratch. You just learned how to make this beautiful pendant. If you like to give it a vintage look, you can oxidize it with liver of sulfur and polish it. Let me know in the comments below how your pendant turns out. If you like this tutorial, give me thumbs up. For more tutorials, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button.